should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I see that new Bay alert, gon' be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost. Like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no, no?
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breakfast by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a bitch, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag.
G go too fast. I don't need wear no seatbelt. Bad look, got no upgrade. Now she got. How about the range on? Who is the baby? He gone. Man, these old rappers getting boring. They be taking shots, I ignore them. Send them to the hood while I'm touring. Making plays out of town like I'm Jordan. Need to go get your. Walk on my way, I'ma score it. Lamborghini, I don't want no Porsches. I'm on fire, don't touch me, I'm tortured. Had the fish on my teeth, I went porcelain. Put the time on my back, I'm a horseman. One more year, I'ma make it a Forbes. They load me in the bay like he 40. I be sitting inside of the Moreland. Ain't no screens attached, keeping it cordless. She keep calling, but I keep ignoring it. Ain't no stopping, I'm keeping it foreign it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. I spent the whole M on some clothes. Got a bonus, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that white on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Then I got kinda with you. All of these, my body, I got paid somebody keep checking my pose. Walking in club with no warning, take care of the money. They swing on the. Water on me like the sunny, I shine when it's sunny, this platinum and rose. Gonna out the street when I go to DC, I'ma see the mo. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go.
Crazy different city with some different. I can switch my the same way that I change my clothes. Man, it's crazy. I'm envelope. And you know I'm never lacking. Gotta do it. That's up in traffic. Water on my paddock. In automatic.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the rookie first-rounder from Penn State, Saquon Barkley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. First down carry for Barkley. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Taylor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
Slow.
Here's Taylor. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. first down. It's Smith. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll try the air now with Smith. And that is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 3rd down, that's Thompson. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. And now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him for a loss of 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
319. Slow.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Crowder now to return. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On second down, here's Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. A shotgun snap for Smith. Dumps it off for Geis. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Taylor now off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Taylor. And Ingram holds it in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A toss out to Barkley. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Taylor caught left side. It's Beckham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. Looking for his receiver Sharp, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Hey, on. Good list. Orange.
After the interception, here's Smith. From the left side, complete. It's Richardson. And he's going to get this one all the way up to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st down, this is Geis. And some room to roam now. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. On 1st and 10, Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And that's incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. A deep ball for Dotson. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A dump off here to Stewart. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this is Latimer, complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defender to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And down inside the 15 he goes. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Taylor. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Taylor will throw again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. One badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They start on the ground with Geist. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. Nothing is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And here come the Redskins now. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Olivier Vernon. loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a pickup of a yard there. That won't help too much. They're left with a 3rd and forever now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Just beating the play clock, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Rosas puts this one through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big 3-point play right there, couldn't it?
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's brought down after a good gain. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. From the 50, it's Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. 20! And he is down deep into Giant territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith's still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a 1st.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Thompson. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And this is Shepard on the catch. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Taylor now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Check. Slow.
They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. Over the middle, complete. That's Shepard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Ready. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Again, it's Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Slow.
Here's a give to Barkley. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Now Saquon Barkley. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On 3rd down, Barkley. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
Let's go. 15.
He's back to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Jackson with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They'll look to throw. Out to the left, it's complete to Jackson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. And he'll get up and spike it with 11 seconds remaining. back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Giants, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.